Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. In today's video I'll be sharing with you my experience in the UCAT exam this year. I'll be sharing with you what the experience is like the day before, the day of the exam, during the exam, and after the exam. So if you are new here, welcome. My name is Esther. I'm a fourth year pharmacy student studying at University of East Anglia. So if you are new, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share with your friends. So without further ado, let's get started. So guys, I thought instead of me to just go straight and just rambling on, I could put this topic into small little sections so it's easy to comprehend while you're watching. So first of all, I would like to split it into what is the UCAT exam, my experience the day before the exam, the day of the exam, during the exam, and what I have learned from my experience as I go along each section, if that makes sense. So what is the UCAT exam? The UCAT exam is called the University Clinical Admission Test. That's what it is. University Clinical Admission Test, and this exam is done in the UK for all incoming medical students. Anyone that wants to go into medical school, you need to do this exam to gain admission into the university. It's part of the requirements needed. Not all universities in the UK need UCAT, some need BMAT, and some you just need to do the GAMSAT. But with majority of universities in the UK, you just need the UCAT exam plus your academic requirements to get admission into medical school, if that helps. So there are 5 sections for the UCAT. We have the verbal reasoning, quantitative reasoning, decision making, abstract reasoning, and the situational judgment test. The situational judgment test is graded in a band format, so you have either band 1, band 2, band 3, or band 4. Those in the first 2 bands are more liable to get some universities make use of it, so you have a higher band of 2 and above, then that's more prone to you getting offer an interview to the point of you getting an admission. But if you have the lowest band like band 4, that might be a very bad score. That means you don't really understand how to deal with situations in a clinical setting. So some universities use the SGT separately in part of their recruitment requirements, but it all depends on the university. While the other 4 sections is graded out of 900, average is depending on what each university wants. It varies. You just have to check what the university you're applying to, what their requirement is. And the UK CAT is just like a psychometric exam. It's not something that you really, like, of course you can prepare for it and you can study for it, but it's something different compared to your usual A levels or college or university kind of study. So that's the difference from UCAT to other form of studying that you have. So the day before the exam, one of the things I did while preparing for this exam was also read some blog posts about tips to do well in this UCAT exam, that other things that could help you aside from studying and preparing for the exam to do well in the exam. So I read on some of the blog posts that on the day before the exam you wouldn't want to overwhelm yourself with a lot of practice, because that could build up your anxiety level before the exam. Well, trust me to still study so hard on the day of the exam. And I would say the reason why I did was because the days prior to the day before the exam, while I was studying everything, I never got a good or great score like that. But on the day before the exam, anytime I studied, my grades were going up. Surprisingly, they were doing great, and I was like, oh, this is a positive point, or like positive outcome. I should keep practicing, maybe that will help me to do well at the exam. However, that's just did worse than good, because it just built up my anxiety levels. I was very anxious to the point that it really affected my sleep. I could not go to bed until so late that night. I think I slept at 4 AM on that very night, and even the little sleep I had was like I didn't sleep at all. When you sleep and you understand, you can hear what's going on around you. You sleep and you can even what's going on. That kind of tiny superficial sleep, that was the type of sleep I had, and it was just one of those things, and it was a bad experience. Even though sleeping at 4 a.m. with the anxieties I had, I thought I was going to sleep in because my exam wasn't until 4 p.m. the next day. I still didn't sleep in. I was the first to get up and get ready, so it didn't help me at all. So my experience the day of the exam was just very, very overwhelming. It was very nerve-wracking. I was just so nervous, like I couldn't believe the exam was next. I thought I still had so many days to sit the exam. So on the day of the exam, like I said previously, I woke up so early than necessary because my exam is not until 4 p.m. and it was just more of anxieties. I woke up, got ready. Normally I don't usually have breakfast because it's just not my thing, but this day I decided to have breakfast to think, just so I think I'll be able to calm myself down having breakfast and watching a movie during having the food. But that didn't help. After finishing my breakfast, I found myself on my computer going over some more practice, studying some more, which I felt like didn't do any good, just did more worse than good, just built my anxiety, so many panic attacks that I was having. I could literally, the fear in me, I was so scared of this exam. I've never been scared of an exam in my whole entire life, but this exam was something that I was so scared about. Well, and even when it was towards the time for me to leave the house to start going to the venue for my exam, because I planned to leave home like 3 p.m. so I can get to the exam as early as possible, I don't know what happened an hour before that time. I just started pacing back and forth in my room. There's no one watching me. It was just me in my room. I was just pacing back and forth. The fear was so much that I just couldn't sit still. It got to a point I started praying to God. I said, God, you've told me that you won't give me the spirit of fear but of sound mind. But what is this? What is all this going on? And I kept on praying to God. I started quoting all the Bible verses that spoke against how to beat anxious anxieties and things like that. I started doing all the stuff and everything. When the time came, even through my journey to the venue, I was still praying. I was still praying to God, quoting Deuteronomy 31:8, Philippians 4:6, was just quoting these Bible verses. People will even think I'm a prayer warrior this day because I was just quoting Bibles and praying on this exam day. But yeah, I got to the exam. You know how they do all their thing, check of ID, taking your pictures and everything like that. I thought maybe with doing all that I would calm down. That still didn't calm me down. I still had doubts in myself that, hey, this exam is like a big mountain that I have to cross through. It's a big mountain that I have to climb over. Still, there wasn't anything positive to just calm me down. And even at that, I had this woman at the entrance just send me back and forth and everything. I was like, what is it? Just let me sit down and start this exam. Well, I finally started my exam with a mask on, pen, thinking you guys should know that this was the COVID season, so wearing the mask for more than 2 hours wasn't helpful as well. So that really made the situation for the exam worse. So I sat down, read all the instructions they asked me to read, and then started with the VR section. And the VR section, I wanted to move to the next question, and that was how this mouse told me that I am not working. And I'm like, huh? The mouse wasn't working. It won't let me move to the next section. It was just taken. I was like, I don't have the time to waste use this mouse. And started praying to God. I said, God, devil is trying me, but God, please come and take control. And it took me a while to realize that in the real exam setting, you have to scroll to the end of the screen for you to be able to move to the next section. When I was preparing for the exam, I never had this issue. So to have this issue during the exam was something that I was like, oh, this is the last thing that was on my mind to worry about. But well, I found out about how the mouse worked and we worked it out. But because the VR hadn't gone well, I knew it hadn't gone well at all. Instead of me to just forget the fact that I've finished VR and just focus on other sections, I started transferring the aggression of VR not working well to other sections, which then really affected me badly. When I got to the QR session, I actually wanted to finish the exam, end it, and step out of that venue because I just knew that it hasn't gone well at all. But thinking that I still have 2 more sections to go, the abstract reasoning and the situational judgment test to go, but I had no choice than to finish it. But literally I just did the last 2 ones. in a way of just let me put an answer there and come out. I am tired, I want to get out of here, because the environment wasn't conducive for me. I also forgot to tell you that when I sat in that exam hall, I don't know where this weather came from. It was freezing cold. I don't think it's the venue's fault or anything, because everybody else they're not wearing jackets or anything. Even the staffs there, they were wearing something thin because it was proper summer weather. But I don't know why I was freezing cold. I was actually shivering. But you're not allowed to have your jackets, which didn't help at all. This is devil trying me in so many ways. Well, that by the way, I finally finished my exam. I could not even wait. I think when I finished the SJT, I had like 12 minutes left. I did not even wait for that to finish. I did not even double read anything. I just ended the exam and came out because I was too overwhelmed. I could not sit in that situation for longer than that. So I went, got given my results in a folded form. They folded it, and I was like, okay, thank you. Normally I would have checked the results, but I didn't, because I was so scared, because I knew what has happened. It hasn't gone quite well and everything. So I was just like, I don't want to check this result. I just kept it in my bag the way they folded it, and just wanted to get out of the venue. I got out of the venue and something surprising happened. The calmness that I've been praying for, that I've been working so hard for, that I've been praying and quoting Bible for, I just got it out of nowhere. I was so calm, I was so relaxed, and I was like, where is this relaxation that I needed so much before the exam and during the exam? Why did it just come now? And this is the devil, guys. The devil can play with your soul. Yeah, this is because I kept on doubting God. I kept on doubting God. This exam is hard. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. But I forgot that God says that it's the author and finisher of our faith. When it says it will do it, it will do it. I forgot that. I kept on doubting God. Imagine I was doubting God, and God showed me that you are doubting me and go and do it yourself, and He left me alone to go and do it by myself. And I saw the result as well. So I got out. I did not even still check the results because I was quite calm, and I decided to just take a walk down the town center to just relax more and just relax my mind before I come home to call it a day. And then I called a few of my friends. They couldn't pick up. I think they were busy, but I called my brother, like, God bless his soul. He literally picked it after the second ring, and I'm like, was it waiting on the phone for me to call in? And the next thing was like, oh sis, how are you doing, and all this stuff and it was just, it was like, what did you get? I was like, I haven't checked it yet. And I was like, open it, check it, it's fine. It doesn't define, it's just a grade. Is it that we take one decision or the other? If you don't check it, there's no way we will know what decision or what path we are going to take. So I tried to stand somewhere, take out the results and checked it, and I found that I got 2,480. So that is an average of 620, and I got band 2 in SJT. Yeah, I wasn't happy about the results. Of course, if I was going to apply for some undergraduate medicine, having that UCAT score is okay. I'll still get a place in some universities that don't put too much weight on UCAT and focus more on your academic requirements. But that's not what I wanted. I wanted to apply for the graduate entry medicine, so that was something that I was hoping for due to so many reasons, which also includes some personal reasons I am not going to share here. So, but that was not the end of the world. It was just like, sis, at least you did better from your past one, because 2 years ago I tried this exam and I got 2,050 to 2,480. That was a huge improvement, thinking of the fact that the previous one I never even prepared as I prepared for this. So for him it was like, that is a huge improvement. That shows that you can do it. You can either apply strategically, or you decide to take a year out and take the exam again. Focus on your masters at the moment and just do the exam again. That's it. It was as if that's just what I wanted to hear. After having so much breakdown, so much pressure and overwhelming experience preparing and doing this exam, it really just made my day and took my mind off this score I had. Then my friends called me and we just chatted about it and laughed it off, prayed together, and that was how it all ended. So that was it, guys. Some of the things I have learned from sitting this exam was that never doubt yourself, guys. You are the one that have been preparing for this exam. Why should you doubt yourself that you won't do well on the actual exam day? That was what I did. I kept on doubting myself. I thought, I'm not going to do well, I'm going to do so bad, and things like that. but that's when it's better. It's not good. Do not doubt yourself. Have confidence in yourself and believe in yourself. If you believe in what you can do, you're going to do better. And I knew that if I had confidence in myself, I would have done better than what I got initially. But I just allowed anxiety and fear to take over me, and that really affected me. Second of all is that never try to go through content the day before the exam. That's just going to build your anxiety levels. It's not going to help you to get calm down and everything like that. Some people do, and they get away with it where they they get good grades. Some people are just genius like that, but for some people it might not work. If you've tried it and it's not works for you, please don't try it for this exam. Don't get overwhelmed on the day before. Try and do you can practice 1-2 hour session to go over one of the mocks, and then spend the rest of the day to chill, relax. You can either just sleep the whole day, it's up to you. Watch movie, spend time with your friends, it's up to you, whatever you do. But try to do something that will take your mind off the exam. On the day of the exam as well, another bad thing I did was also studying again. That is not effective for this exam. Like I said, it's a psychometric exam. It's not like my usual degree exam or anything. So try as much as possible best to not do anything that will overwhelm you or increase your anxiety level before sitting this exam. And the last thing I would say is that when you get your grades, if it is not something that you really expected or something you hoped for, please and please, it's not the end of the world. It's just a grade, and it's just a number. You can always try again and you will do better. It's not the end of the world. It's not how far, it is how well you do. It's not when you get into medical school, it is you actually getting into it and actually becoming a doctor that you wanted to become. So never let that grade define you. Don't let that get to you. Don't demotivate yourself. With that grade that I have, some people are praying for that grade and they don't have it, but I have it, and I can still get into medical school if I want to apply for undergraduate entry. But because that's not what I want to apply for, it's my choice. I can still apply. This year threshold could actually be what I have. You don't know, each university threshold varies every year. You don't know what they need. You just have your grade. Because of that, you don't want to just put everything to the side and demotivate yourself from applying. You don't want that. Motivate yourself, forget about it at that moment and move on. Look forward to what's the next line of action, not how depressing yourself and sitting down in that situation that always gone really bad. Look forward, pick yourself up and look forward to the next line of action. That is what I would advise to you guys. So guys, that's it. That's my experience sitting the UCAT exam this year. I hope I've been able to motivate someone out there, or even someone has been able to learn from my experience that never give up. It's not the end of the world. If you are someone that is in the same shoes as me, where your UCAT score is not as good as you have hoped for, never give up. You can apply strategically to universities that don't put too much weight on the UCAT and put more weight on your other requirements that they need. So don't worry, you can still get a place. Never give up at all. And if you're someone that you like specific university and you don't have the grade to get in there, that's not the end of the world. You can just take a gap year and during that gap year, get more experience you need to get into the university, and also have more time to prepare for the exam so you can do better next time. So yeah, that's it really. That was my experience. I can't believe I'm talking about it. I thought I'll be able to sit down and talk about it. I thought I'd be quite upset about it, but it's okay. This is me chatting about it. It's not the end of the world, guys. It is not how far, it is how well. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you've made it up to this point, thank you so much. So if you are new again, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and make a comment on my video as well. Actually, I would like you to make a comment down below of your experiences in the UCAT exam this year, if you start one, and if you started previous years before, can you please let me know what your experience is like in the comment section down below. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in my next video. Have a good day. Bye bye.